What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I wanted to do something a little bit differently. I have some movie reviews coming out very soon, more collabs on other channels, and some live streams coming up that I'm very excited about. But you know, the channel is still called Anthony Perez, just my name, and there's plenty more movies, TV, and Star Wars coming. But I figured I'd use this opportunity right here to do the first of what I'm hoping is many different story videos where I'm just gonna kind of tell some stories. Maybe they're funny, maybe they have an inspirational side to them, or maybe they're just whatever, you know what I mean? And maybe there's just something I want to share with you guys. And this story is a little bit more on the comedic, inspirational side of things. It's not like, you know, amazing or anything, but it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys, a little nugget that I sometimes think back to in my life, and that definitely helps me get through little situations. And so years ago, I want to say, because I don't really remember exactly, maybe 6 to 8 years ago, I was living in Broward County down in South Florida. Yeah, there was this nearby plaza that my friends and I used to go to all the time. It had tons of different food options that we can go to get there. Payway, there was Menchie's, but most notably, and the part of the story, is Chipotle. Anybody who knows me knows I love Chipotle. And I would say about 6 to 8 years ago is where that love for Chipotle really stemmed, maybe closer to 10 years ago. But overall, that was just some of my favorite Chipotle memories when I think back on it. And ever since then, I've just been a big Chipotle fan. And so back in that time, me and my friends went to that Chipotle all the time. And I lived right down the road from it. And at one point, I lived in the community right next to it. So I would walk over there at any given time. And so, yeah, good memories back there and just spending time with my friends at the Chipotle. Anyway, one day I walk in and there's this dude that's, you know, your typical surfer dude, tall white guy with blue eyes, long blonde hair, and, you know, literally had the voice that was very bruh, you know, very chill, very much the typical surfer dude. Well, you know, he was one of many people that I had ever seen there that was getting a job interview. And so I just thought, you know, here he goes. There's plenty of times I've seen people that get a job interview. Within the next week or so, I'd see them behind the line. And then over the course of months or years, I would see that individual working at the Chipotle. So same thing happened here. Saw the guy getting interviewed. And maybe about a week and some change later, when I came back, I saw that he was behind the line. Well, I come in when the line was long, but not too long. And after a while, I realized the line was not moving much at all. People in the front were starting to get a little bit irritated, and the line was going out of the door from behind me. And so, you know, I was just sitting there patient with my friends, already halfway through the line, so we weren't going to stop and get out of the line at this point. And we slowly started to make our way towards the front. As we're getting closer to the front, I see that the reason that things are backed up is because of this new guy, the surfer dude, and people are screaming at him. He's messing up orders. His manager is clearly upset with him. He has his other coworkers that are either laughing because of how ridiculous this is, or are also looking very stressed and anxious. And yeah, I saw this dude and I just remember him being so calm. The dude was incredibly at peace. Like, he just did not seem bothered at all. And this story really just ends with him looking at everybody who was yelling at him. He had customers yelling at him literally right to his face. And anybody who's ever worked in customer service or in food knows that that's just such an uncomfortable situation. And if you don't know how to handle it very well, and maybe it's a new location, a new job, of course, you're gonna feel pretty frazzled, a little bit uncomfortable. But again, this dude was totally at peace. And yeah, this story pretty much just ends with him calling out to the entire crowd of people yelling at him, lady right in the front screaming at him, people giving him attitude, his manager clearly upset with him. He knows that he's just completely destroyed the productivity of this place, but he just looks out to everybody and just goes, hey guys, we're just making tacos. And I laughed so hard standing there because the dude was in complete and utter peace. He had zero stress in his body. He had no anxiety or concern in his face at all. And at the time, it was just a funny thing that I saw happen. It was just a funny moment that I was able to experience. But as I've gotten older, it's just been something that I think back to whenever I get stressed. If you're like me and you overthink things, maybe your mind is constantly going at a different pace than most people, you know what I mean? You feel like you're just constantly overthinking. And so many of us are like that. There are so many individuals that you're overthinking things. Or you get into a new situation, you have change, you have challenge, and you feel uncomfortable. You feel stressed, you feel anxious, and you kind of let that take over your body, how you feel, how you look, and how you handle situations. And every time that happens for me nowadays, I start thinking back to that story. At first, again, it was just a silly thing that I encountered and was able to witness. But the older I've gotten, I just keep thinking back to that story because the dude was 100% at peace. And I think it's a good thing to kind of think about metaphorically that sometimes in our life, we're just making tacos. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. Sometimes what we're doing is not that big of a deal. And I think in my life, you know, whether it's work and trying to figure out what the next step is for me as far as a career path or, you know, just jobs in general, or something like YouTube. You know, I started this for fun, for a sense of community, and I 110% have found that. But lately, my views have been pretty piss poor. My road to monetization after hitting 1,000 subscribers has, you know, kind of been going the opposite direction as far as my view count. That's incredibly discouraging, and I don't say any of this for any sort of pity, just to be vulnerable and open with you guys and let you guys know that sometimes, for me at least, that kind of eats at me, you know what I mean? Like, I let the numbers kind of get at me. And I think it's really important sometimes to recognize why you started doing something, why you're doing something. And at the end of the day, I'm just talking to a camera, you know? I'm talking to a camera lens, and I'm just hoping that there's people on the other side who are going to engage in what it is that I'm doing. And I've been incredibly lucky to say that that has been the case. And I've made incredible friends and I've made incredible connections. And there are people who are consistent viewers of my channel. And that's just a reminder to me sometimes that we're just making tacos. We're just making videos. You know what I mean? And it can be fun. You could take it serious. But at the end of the day, again, metaphorically, I think in our lives, a lot of times we're just making tacos. So yeah, guys, this was kind of a weird random video I just kind of meant to do or been wanting to do for a while. There's more stories that I want to do. There's some guests I want to bring on for some of these story videos to kind of go through some more funny or big stories. This is more of just a one-line story. You know what I mean? I kind of made this longer than it probably needed to be. But overall, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to see more story videos like this, please leave a comment and let me know. Hit that like button if you did enjoy the video because it helps the channel out, and subscribe for more of these. But yeah, overall, have you guys ever had a situation in your life where you ever just look back and you kind of just realize, man, this is just not that serious? You know what I mean? Like, I can either be upset and be frazzled and be uncomfortable and anxious and stressed, or I could just maybe recognize that, you know, I'm just making tacos, you know? And I just think that guy's energy, I hope he's still like that. I hope he's thriving in life, just living on that feeling and vibe. And I want to be more like that dude. You know what I mean? I want to realize sometimes, which I definitely don't because I get worked up about things. I want to be more like that guy. And that's part of why I wanted to make this video, is to be able to vocalize this, talk to you guys, and then, you know, hopefully be able to connect with you guys on maybe something that you've gone through that is fairly similar. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, comment your thoughts, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.